Tesla bull and legendary investor Ron Barron has a warning for every Tesla investor out there. The investment expert who made billions of dollars by investing in Tesla and SpaceX just made a rather shocking prediction about Tesla and its stock, and every Tesla investor has got to listen to this.
Left and went to Exxon. I think ultimately Microsoft thought they were excellent and invested in it as well. But we have a very small investment. But as far as Tesla, that's software. No one has that. They have data. No one has that. Tesla is going to have that car. They're going to be able to charge for autonomous $2,000 or $3,000 a car a year to have your car operate all by itself, and it's virtually there. And I don't think people realize that they have any idea of what that's going to mean. And that's a business that ultimately, that business alone is going to be worth $1 trillion. That business alone is going to be able to do $100 billion, $80 billion a year revenues in 3 or 4 years and growing every time. And they'll do 20 million cars a year ultimately for themselves. And then in addition to that, of the 80 million cars, probably another 30 million will use their technology. Mary Barra, who I'm friendly with, asked me about, I don't know, a year ago, could I fix her up with Elon? Not a date, but to fix her up. And I said, sure, I'll set it up. And they went to Allen and Company conference, and they met. And she hadn't met before. And then afterwards, then I saw her on your program, and she quoted and she said, oh yeah, Elon, we text all the time.
Right.
We text all the time. And the reason that's important is that the reason they do this with the charging as well, the reason they're doing all that is because Tesla doesn't want to put other guys out of business. They're going to be his customers. Those people will make the metal, ultimately, for a lot of cars, and he will supply the guts, like Intel inside of a computer. That's going to be Tesla inside of cars.
It is a known fact that Tesla is no ordinary car company, and this will very soon start to reflect in the company's financial outlook. Already, Tesla stock has proven many bears wrong, and is now trading at a price far beyond what many had expected. If the stock price continues to rally, with Tesla's fundamentals staying strong, then maybe the automaker may find its way back up to the top league, the $1 trillion club. These are not just our speculations, but words from Ron Barron, one of the most seasoned investors of our time. In this video, we're going to explore why Ron Barron thinks that Tesla will be the largest and most profitable company in the world by 2030, and why he's so fascinated by SpaceX and its mission to colonize Mars. Let's get started.
Tesla, as we always do, but then I want to sort of broaden it out and talk about the markets and some of the other companies that you're invested in. There was an analyst call just yesterday, this is HSBC, which really initiated coverage. They said that their price target was $146. I assume you probably looked at this and probably laughed given your very bullish views on Tesla. But what was so interesting about the report was that they really were trying to define the company as an EV automobile maker. Is that the way you think about this company?
I think about it as a technology company that's providing services to their own company and to others. They can't possibly be matched by anyone else. They have data, technology. They make cars cheaper than anyone else. When Ford makes one of these cars, an electric car, every car they make, they lose $36,000 on. $36,000 per car. Our company now makes about $8,000 or $9,000 in profit a car. They were making $15,000 in profit a car. But if they build a plant that costs $7 billion for 1 million cars, that plant was making $15 million a year, $15 billion a year on a $7 billion investment. $15 billion on a $7 billion investment. An ordinary industrial company would make 15% on capital, 20% the most. This guy's making his capital twice a year. Now he's making it once a year. He's making $8 billion in a $7 billion plant. So he's the lowest cost person. Everything about the business is trying to drive prices lower. Right now, they will be in the 1900s, early 1900s, the automobile companies were tremendous innovators. No longer is the case. In the 1950s, they decided they were going to go for profitability, and they outsourced all of their supply chain to their detriment. And all these companies went bankrupt. Hundreds of them went bankrupt. And now the way we're going is that their electric cars, they drive, I guess they have about 30 miles a day, 30 or 40 miles a day, and they have 3 million of them that are collecting data. 100 million miles a day they're getting for data, and then they're also getting compute that they're going to have more compute than anyone in the world in 18 months.
No doubt Tesla already has what it takes to eventually become a $1 trillion stock, and maybe at some point the stock could rejoin its counterparts. But what is the possibility of this happening? Join us as we answer the very questions that affect Tesla as a company, and one that makes it worth considering for any long-term investor. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. Ron Barron is a billionaire investor and the founder of Barron Capital, a mutual fund company that's been one of the largest and most loyal shareholders of Tesla. Barron has been investing in Tesla since 2014, when the stock was up at around $40 per share, and he's since seen his investment grow by more than 25 times, making him over $6 billion in profit. This analyst is not just a fan of Tesla's products, but also its CEO, Elon Musk, and he believes that Musk is transforming the world with his innovations in electric vehicles, batteries, solar power, and space exploration. Barron is an example of a long-term investor who's got a clear vision and a strong conviction in his bets. He is not swayed by the noise of the naysayers, but he rather is looking at the facts and trends. He's not afraid about risks or going against the crowd. He rather embraces the opportunities and the challenges. So what does this legendary investor have to say about Tesla? Let's find out. But before we get on with it, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. Barron is confident that Tesla will continue to grow and dominate the auto industry over the next decade. He predicts that the automaker will produce 20 million cars by 2030, up from about 500,000 in 2020. Interestingly, Ron Barron thinks that Tesla will be the largest and most profitable company in the world by 2030. And that its stock price could go as high as $1,500 per share by that time. Let's take a look at the possibility of this happening. While Tesla's valuation may not be up in the $1 trillion currently, the automaker's growth days are definitely far from over. Even analysts expect the EPS will grow by approximately 28% annually over the coming years. Tesla's growth will largely be facilitated by its strong fundamentals. The demand of cars is going to grow significantly over the years, and EV adoption will become the new norm in the auto industry. Revenue is also expected to grow significantly from superchargers, FSD, Cybertruck, Semi, and Robotaxi. Only 5 companies, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Nvidia, have posted outsized gains in market cap this year so far. And these companies are a part of the elusive club of firms touching that $1 trillion market valuation. Tesla was once a part of this club, but as of January this year, it lost over half of its value. That came amidst economic downturn and increasing competition in the EV sector, with analysts questioning whether or not Tesla could compete and become a $1 trillion stock again in the future. However, while it is evident that Tesla will face a lot of challenges along the way to its $1 trillion valuation, we believe that this is still very much possible. In 2021, Tesla became the 6th company in US history to be worth $1 million, and ranked number 5 in terms of market valuation with companies in the S&P 500. Shares of the automaker popped by more than 12%, closing up at $1,025. That achievement was boosted by 2 spots of good news. Hertz announced a record order of 100,000 Teslas, and influential Morgan Stanley auto analyst Adam Jonas raised his price target on Tesla to $1,200 a share. That is a hefty one-day gain, and it put Tesla over the $1 trillion mark, a market capitalization that was about less than half of what Apple, the most valuable company in the world, at $2.5 trillion had at the time, and Microsoft was $2.3. While some analysts don't seem all that optimistic that Tesla will return to that $1 trillion club anytime soon, others have continued to see things from the positive side. So what could really drive Tesla's valuation up to $1 trillion? Let's see. Tesla is largely responsible for bringing the EV sector into the public eye by introducing the Roadster as a potential option for buyers with significant battery range, speed, and acceleration, and now the company's got a full lineup of somewhat affordable EVs for consumers, causing most legacy automakers to start scrambling to catch up. Similarly, its superchargers could potentially bring more people to start buying Teslas, especially since the automaker opened up its fast charging network to other EVs. And then there's AI. This is a recent market frenzy, and it's further fueled by an already buoyant sentiment for technology, and Tesla, being an AI company, is set to see benefits from this. Already, Tesla bull and the CEO of ARK Investment Management, Cathie Wood, has described the company as the biggest AI play, which will help its stock price rise to about $2,000 in 2027. Without that AI push, Wood expects that the stock will be worth only $400 by that same time. Analysts like Cathie Wood and Ron Barron are not too worried about the short-term volatility of competition that Tesla is facing in the market. Rather, they trust that Tesla has a strong competitive advantage in terms of tech and brand, as well as loyalty from its customers and the effects of its network. Based on long-term expectations, Tesla's got a long way to go, and investors may need to wait a few years to see that trillion-dollar valuation unfold. But what do you think about Ron Barron's comments on Tesla? Let us know down below, and if you've got more questions and thoughts about Tesla, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there!